Right now, everybody in the United States of America and the rest of the world are shocked by the news report of the ex FBI director James Comey being arrested. He was indicted and charged. He surrendered. He's being charged with a serious crime, threatening to kill the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, based on misinterpretation of James Comey's meme that he had posted last year. So this year now he's being charged with a serious crime. And I'm not here to terrify anybody. I'm here to reassure you that this is the importance of us learning Hebrew, Aramaic languages, and the Greek, the Koine Greek, so we can study the Jewish Bible and the New Testament to find out the truth here and what we are expected by Hashem, because Hashem is real. What does he expect of us to do today, right? Like, what could we do to help James Comey? Well, we can protest. And how can we protest? We can protest by vocalizing the truth. This is a political attack from one party towards another party. In Kaskakila, I'm telling everybody this video is my third video. I'm going to make my second video next, and then I'm going to make the first video next, because this is the result of Lashon Hara, evil speech. And this video is to highlight that, in my opinion, I think the Trump administration is preparing to murder the Democratic opponents of his administration, and that's going to trickle down to Republican and Democrat voters who are poor and middle class. It seems like we're shifting into, Kaskakila, God forbid that this is going to happen or going to happen, and it could happen. God forbid that it will, but it looks like it to me that this is the direction we're heading into. And don't think that this doesn't affect you, because, like I said, rich or poor on both aisles. And if you're an independent voter, it's going to affect all of us. It's going to affect rich, poor. It's going to affect American citizens and non-American citizens. It's going to affect gay and straight people. It's going to affect religious and non-religious people. What it looks like that the Trump administration is going to do and preparing all of us is for future involuntary servitude. These rich people, it appears to me that these rich people want to enslave all of us. If Since they're going after James Comey, just think about it. They went after James Comey. They arrested him. They went to the court system and got an indictment to arrest him and charge him with a serious crime, threatening to kill President Donald Trump, based on the meme. In my first video that I make, my last video, I'll show you the meme and I'll get some commentary about it. So Hisham expects us to do something about this, and we should have been doing something about all the injustices happening here in the United States of America. Not recent, but man, the last 50 years. And we're failing is because of religions, and the reason why religions are failing us is because we're in the wrong religion. We're actually supposed to be going to the rabbis and asking them, the Orthodox rabbis, we're supposed to be asking them about Hashem and what does Hashem expect us to do? How does he want us to live? Where's the proof that he's real? And I know out there in social media land and in the world, there's people creating content and spreading lies about the Orthodox rabbis, saying that they fabricated, that they created the 7 Noahide laws, that they don't exist. And I'll point out to you too, once again, that in Genesis chapter 2, verse 16, this rabbi with the acronym Kizkuni interprets each word, and he says that interpretation is the 7 Noahide laws. For example, the first word, Vayetzav in Hebrew, which literally means he commanded. Rabbi Kizkuni interprets this as dinim. Dinim means, it's a plural word in Hebrew, which means courts, the Noahide courts and Jewish courts. So this is what's expected of us. We're supposed to have in the world, not just in the United States of America, but every person listening that's not in the United States of America, listen up. We're all supposed to be creating a righteous courts of justice to govern us. We're righteous judges and politicians that are not corrupt. And here in the United States of America, we have the power to do this. So this court system is supposed to not favor the rich or the poor. It's not supposed to take bribes. And that's exactly the opposite of what's happening here in the United States of America. And Hashem, the only God, the real God, commands non Jewish people and Jewish people to reinforce his divine idea of a court justice system that is righteous and not unrighteous. And Kaskakila, the Trump administration, it appears to me, is preparing to murder their opponents, you guys. Take this serious. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid. Don't be a loon. Don't go crazy over all of this, because the antidote for us is to go to the Orthodox rabbis and ask them what are we supposed to do, and it's based on the Torah, right? And that's why I highlighted in the past. You got to learn the Hebrew. You got to learn the Aramaic. You got to learn the Koine Greek languages so you can sit down, study the Bible, and you arrive with the help of Hashem to the right conclusion, the correct conclusion, that Hashem is the only God, that there is no Jesus, there is no Allah, there is no other religion but the religion that God created. Everything else is idolatry. And so Vayetzov, he commanded, right? This refers to the courts. And I'm going to point out to you again the proof source that the rabbis did not create the seven Noahide laws, that they do exist, that they were actually given to Moshe, to the Jewish nation 3,500 years ago. And we find the proof source in Acts chapter 15, verse 20 and 21. The last three words of Acts chapter 15, verse 20 in Koine Greek says, Kai dao hematos, and that means, and of the blood. This refers to murder, and the proof of that is in the Al XX translation, the Greek translation of the Jewish Bible of Genesis chapter 4, verse 10. Right there we read in the Greek language, Phone herimatos dao erdapho su, the voice of your brother's blood. Right? This is meaning when murder. So the word herimatos in the New Testament, Acts chapter 15, verse 20, is the same word used in Genesis chapter 4, verse 10, which means blood, right? Which means murder. It actually means blood, but it refers to murdering, when Cain murdered Abel. So we are commanded by Hashem to speak out. We should have been speaking out about all the injustices happening in the world, but because we have been forced against our own will, psychologically and emotionally, into false religions, we don't know any of this stuff. And we don't know how to respond and what's the righteous way to respond to speaking out about injustices happening to anybody here in the United States of America and the rest of the world. And these are the proof sources right here that as Noahides, as B'nai Anusim, if you haven't converted, if you're a B'nai Anusim, a crypto Jew, and you haven't converted to Orthodox Judaism, you have the status as a Noahide, and hopefully you're following these seven Noahide commandments, and you leave idolatry and you return to Hashem. Because through this light right here, this divine education, we're going to be able to overcome the future bad things that are happening here in the United States of America and the rest of the world. And if we don't, then like I said, it appears to me that we're all going to end up in involuntary servitude, in slavery, by rich people here in the United States of America. Call me crazy. I'm just calling it out as it is. And I'm providing the source through the Torah, right, that we're able to overcome this darkness with light, the light of Hashem, the consciousness of Hashem. And this is what we should be doing, protesting this, vocalizing our protest that this is wrong. This is just wrong. Baruch Hashem, God bless everybody. Like I said, don't be afraid. Don't be frightened. Don't be terrorized. Don't blame yourself.